Hello.
Hello.
Hey. Hey, guys. Oh, yeah. Look at that crew. We have another exciting... on the tech side, it's going to be wild. I imagine it's the same for every group. Oh, Jess, you're muted.
Oh, I sang Livy. We didn't even plan this, but we're obviously aligned. Pink and Black Day. Did you guys get the memo?
No. Damn. I got no
Zep's
pink.
got black, and Juan. Juan and Zep are wearing black. And Griff, your shirt's black too.
Yeah. Hey, Cyprian, welcome to the party.
Yeah, should we start color blocking for this calls? Then we look like a cult.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Livia, can you resend the link because it got the icon attached and it's not working when you click on it?
Oh no. Thanks.
So, Zeptimus, are we rolling?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Okay, well, let's just get this party started. I think we have quorum. Oh, hey, Tamara. Man, lots of cool new people here. We always start with a fun round. Now, many of you may not be active in the TE Commons, and that's okay. You can make something up. This round's intro is Praise You Like I Should. It's kind of, we did it last round. There's just so much going on that we miss. And the dream here is to capture some of it verbally and give everyone a chance to praise someone who they think may not have been seen for their work in the TE Commons. So I can start. I just want to praise Sem. It's kind of, he gets seen a lot, but there's a lot of organizational structuring that happens behind the scenes and coordinating all of the actual dev work for the tech spec team and navigating the wild world of Aragon. There's a lot there. So thank you, Sem. Praise. And I'll pass it to Juan Carlos. Juan, sorry, we can't hear you. I'll pass it to Livia. Sorry, Juan.
I'll praise Juan Carlos today because we had such a great work session to make the conflict management working group, and so many ideas came out of there. It was a very productive meeting, and I appreciate so much you always being available and excited, and it's very fun to work with you. And I'll pass to Zaptimus.
I'm going to praise Griff. I was talking with him today and he was explaining me the economic model a bit, and that was very exciting. And he is always very good communicating the things. And I'll pass it to Cyprian.
Hey, thank you. Well, she is not on this call, I guess, but Shebnem is still doing an incredible work for the community, so I think we need to mention that.
Do you want to pick someone?
Jessica.
The sandwich, because I'm eating breakfast at noon. I would like to praise Santi. I just feel good that you're here. I feel like you have so much experience to share with everybody, and Craig as well. I love having some diverse community, and we have such a range of experience, but I just feel extra good like having Craig and Santi being like, they've launched and run so many projects, and I just feel better that you're here to help guide us, all of us. So I'll pass to you, Santi.
Thank you. And I was already chosen to praise you for all the communication channels that are opening right this week and getting ready for all of us to start putting info and putting just our thoughts in the forum, start reading everything that you post in Medium, and watching the videos that are already being uploaded in the YouTube channel. So it's great to see that all the information that's been behind the scenes, it's starting to be live already. And I'll pass it to Chris.
Oh, Chris, you're still muted, but I'll pass it to someone else while you figure out the mute. How about Craig?
Mic test. Mic test.
Okay, Juan, take it. Your mic is working.
Take it. Okay. I would like to praise Julio Cuarta. He's not in this call, but he's been very active and very involved in the conflict management proposal. So I want to thank him, and I pass to Craig.
Craig, how's your mute working today? No. I want to praise Craig for fighting technical difficulties every time, but still coming and making it happen. But we'll pass it to, how about Paulo? Paulo, are you there? No?
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
I'm here. Sorry.
Yeah.
I would like to praise the other members of the tech team, and especially Sam for preparing the Gardens template and updating and migrating every project to the latest version, and helping me to solve some problems during my coding times, because it's not easy. And yeah, I think that's it.
Nice. Now it's getting to be down to the wire, so I'll just start picking people. Craig?
You can actually pick Shermin. She just joined.
Hello. I don't know what I'm doing here. I was just sent an invite link. No, I know what I'm doing here. I'm curious, but I'm just a passive.
Random Shinichi earlier, but Random Shinichi I don't see now. But whoever that person is was bringing up some interesting, thought-provoking questions on, I believe, a Discord chat. Kind of playing devil's advocate and asking difficult questions of the commons. So I appreciate that. Thank you.
Nice. We got you in there, Craig. Thanks, man. And Sherman, we're just dishing praise to people. So like if there was anyone in the TE Commons or anyone in token engineering in general that you think deserves a little bit of gratitude, this is the opportunity to throw it down.
Well, I think you're all awesome. I was just saying that in a different call with Shebnem. I'm so amazed by the amount of activity that's happening in the token space, and thank you all for your enthusiasm and activity. I'm having a hard time keeping up, and yeah.
Nice. And I'll pass it to Tamara.
Hi. As somebody very new to this, I will thank the only person I've spoken with up until this moment, which is Griff, for introducing me to this project.
Nice. And how about Ruben? Any praise to dish?
Yeah, I have some praise to dish to Griff and Livia, and also for supporting me and keeping me up to date, and also I don't know, I just have the Discord handle, the AKRTWS, for diving into the Prime DAO project and seeing how this can link with technical engineering and common stack.
Yeah, that's Angela. Major praise to Angela.
Yeah.
How about you, Dulce?
Angela, yeah, that's right.
Do you have any praise to dish, Dulce?
Yeah. Hi. I want to praise Juan and Jessica because I have a really enjoyable conversation and very smart conversation in the interviews. Thank you for your time and for your openness. I learned a lot talking with you guys. Thank you, Juan and Jessica.
Nice. How about you, Sam? You have any praise to dish?
Hello. Well, I already dish Pablo on the group because he helped me understand the graph. And I would like to dish praise to Vivian today because she has been working on skinning the honeypot that we are going to show you later on in the same talk, in the same meeting. And you will see how cool is it.
Nice. Well, then let's just roll that over to Vivi. Vivian, do you want to dish any praise?
Hey guys, I think I'll praise everyone from the tech team, and especially Sam, that always helps me and reviews my pull requests on GitHub, and helps me with understanding all of this blockchain universe. And I'll also praise some dish to Marco that made the designs that I worked on, the colors, and I don't think he's in here right now, but I'll praise some dish to him as well.
Ooh, nice. And then we'll pass it to Chris. Let's try Chris. Is your mute button working?
Hey,
Yeah.
can you guys hear me now?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. So yeah, I'm also fairly new to the organization, but I'd like to dish out some praise to Griff for helping me get onboarded and get up to speed with a lot of the Common Stack stuff, as well as the token engineering commons specifically. And yeah, I'm just looking forward to getting to know everybody and seeing where we can take this.
Nice. And I believe Random Shinichi came here. Andrew, if you actually received some praise from Craig already, but the plan here is if there's anyone to dish praise to, this is your moment.
No way. I went off for a bit because I didn't expect to receive any praise. I'd like to praise Jessica for keeping me like in the loop and trying hard to keep me in the loop, even though like I don't attend all of the stuff at the moment. Yeah. I'll pass it to who do I pass it to now?
I think that's everyone. Did I miss anyone? It's hard to keep track. No? Okay, cool. Well, then let's just jump into our regular scheduled programming here. If you guys want to really follow along, the best place to get all the links and be active in this meeting is in these notes, especially if you want to add your Telegram handle here. Please feel free. That way it's really easy for us to dish you praise for joining the call. And don't be afraid to even join the TE Praise chat room. That makes it really easy to acknowledge all of your hard work. We also have an Airtable that is tracking contributor information so that we can all keep in touch with each other and understand some more intimate details. If like your first language and your preferred language to speak and these sorts of things. So if you have a second to fill out your information here, that would help us all just be more close to each other and know what's going on with everyone. That's really fun. And as usual, we just to give an overview of what where we are in the roadmap. We're making progress. So we've already gone through. We've been working on this project since July, and we've actually done a really good job at following the roadmap. We have figured out how we work together, a mission, vision, values, an initial step for that, and we started working groups. And we have 4 working groups going right now, and that are constantly delivering, which is really cool. And we're going to have more working groups soon. The legal working group is in the works, and the onboarding working group has already started and is in full swing. So that's really cool. And this week, we're hoping to review, have a little bit of a review session. We'll talk about this later in the call of our vision, mission, and values and code of conduct that we created in July. It's time to give it a refresher. There's a lot of new people here, and it would be good to get some valuable feedback on those while the working groups are still in full swing. We are still on pace for a lot of technical deployments, test deployments, and cultural test deployments as well, and on pace for deploying this thing in 2020 still. So it'll be tight, but I think we're still on pace for it. And again, this call is not to really have a lot of debates about the best way to do things. There's too many people. It's really about trying to keep everyone updated on the most important pieces of what's going on in the TEC, and collect action steps for this week. So if there's anything that you want to make sure we don't forget to do, post it down here, and the community stewards will try to make sure that these things happen. So if there's anything that you're like, oh no, we need to do this, just put it down here. We capture that in this call. So first, I am going to just give a quick update on the tech spec. We have been moving really fast and breaking things like mad. Daiti has created a nice markdown file that kind of displays all the stuff that we did that was deployed for the Rinkeby deployment. So if you want to understand the parameters that we actually had to choose from, they're written in here. So it's super cool. Nice work there. And of course, the actual deployment has come and gone. And interesting news: we failed to reach our goal, guys. The Rinkeby test deployment was a failure. We didn't buy in enough. So you can actually go to the test DAO. I don't have it pulled up here, but if you go back to the Rinkeby test DAO, you can see what happens when we don't raise enough money to meet the minimum goal. Everyone gets their money back. So if you want to finish the test, you can go and get your money back from the Rinkeby DAO. But that was kind of by design. We let that one fail because we're moving to XDAI. So I want to pass it to Sem so he can give a good preview of how to do conviction voting on XDAI.
Okay. And do you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, great. We have a new toy to play with this week. We have been adapting the One Hive Honeypot version 1 for TEC. These are not going to be the final colors and design, probably, because we didn't talk with Marco yet. But this is what I was telling you that Vivian has been working on skinning this interface. And what we have here is an interface to vote on proposals. All of the people who has been has received impact hours have test TEC tokens based on their impact hours. So for example, I can show you my account, for example. By the way, this is the website that you can test this thing, TEC interface.versal.app. And as you can see, I have here my account connected, and these are the impact hours I received. So now I can vote with these impact hours in the proposals, or I can even create a new proposal, a signal or funding proposal, just by putting a title and a link to the forum. So then people can support those proposals by putting here their tokens. For example, I want to put 20 test TEC tokens in the abstain proposal and see how it works. By the way, you have to be connected to XDAI in order to do that. we wait a little bit, and now we see that conviction is going to grow. And it is not very appreciable because of the difference in the colors. But right now, it is like the conviction is going to grow until here. If I wait enough. Because, well, I don't know if you can see that, but it's around here, and it's going growing and growing until it reaches, I guess, 50% or something like that. Because the token supply of TEC tokens is not that high. Also, we can support proposals that are requesting some XDAI. Right now, Griff has put 300 XDAI in this DAO, so we can request some XDAI from it by doing actual work. It can be anything that is not. I mean, you are going to need 45% of conviction in order to reach 50 XDAI. Can ask for less if you want. For example, I want to do, I don't know. I actually don't know what you can imagine you can do with that such little amount of money, like 10 XDAI for, I don't know. You can imagine what you would like to do with the XDAI and propose it in here. Maybe donate it to an organization. I don't know. Maybe maybe we can do that.
Is this link going to be live that people can play with it?
It's already live
right now. It's already live.
Yes.
Okay.
And people already have
I'll share
received,
this link.
and people already have received their TEC tokens.
I can see the XDAI tokens. Should I just add the tokens in MetaMask?
It's not needed. If you connect your account, you will see your balance here. The important thing is that you have to switch the account to XDAI, and probably if you never did that, you have to configure a custom RPC in order to
Yeah,
put here
I
XDAI.
think that information could be in one part in the where I can find this information in the app.
Oh, I want to say I want to manage expectations. So with our test deployments, these are use at your own risk. Good luck. We have no documentation. We have no expectations of you getting it. It's definitely like an opportunity for us to fail and enjoy the failure and learn how all this stuff works. A lot is going to change, so it's hard to put in the efforts for creating all the onboarding that's needed. But for the next test deployment, we will focus on onboarding and making sure that everything is in sync.
I can help with that. If you give me the information, I can create a simple like how to start or just play with it. I can help with that too.
I don't want to spend too much time in this sync call talking about it, but we can definitely talk, Dulce, about strategies for onboarding users to this stuff. In the end, for the tech team, we're not in need of people to do this. We need like 5 people to test it. We want to give you guys the opportunity to have fun with it, but so much is going to change that we'll see exactly the best direction that we want to go.
Thank you.
We have a little guide that it's on Sam's the screen right now that I did quickly today. So it has the information of how to set up the XDAI and other few things for us to play with this. So it's there.
And just to add a little context to what Griff said from a communications and onboarding perspective. Yeah, this is just like the developers are doing their deep work and are opening it up as like an opportunity for us to kind of get a sneak peek. But for Test Hat 2, we're going to be more human and people focused on our community and making sure that everybody, like, what is conviction voting and what is the context around what we're doing. So I hope everyone can hang tight. Right now, it's more of a process of, if you really want to participate and you're excited to get in and see, it's more of a manual process. But for the second hatch, we'll be making it a little bit more of like a campaign surrounding having the base of materials before the tech is actually released and launched. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And I had a big chat about this morning and how to roll out these processes. So yeah, we're building it as we go along, but want to make sure that the foundation is there so that everybody feels good and comfortable to test this. But that point will be coming in another week or two. So bear with us as we develop this. And actually, for the first time, tech is way ahead of SoftGov and communications, but we're going to be aligning more soon.
Yeah. So yeah, just if you guys want to play at your own risk, you can actually request real money for stuff. So you can go in there. You probably don't have any XDAI, so I'll try to get you guys some XDAI today, just a penny or two, because that will be very difficult. You won't be able to do anything without that. And there'll probably be other bugs and things that you find. Good luck. And I think that's probably Sam. Do you have any final words before we pass it to the comms?
No, I think that it's all. Just play with it and spend the money that Griff has put in it in a proper way. This is the first DAO that we have with some voting in TEC.
Yeah. So conviction voting with real money. Good luck out there. Have fun. If you have impact hours, then you have the power. Well, Jess, you want to take it and give tell us about what's up in comms?
Sure. And yeah, again, I think this is like, the tech is excited to show off what they're working on, but it's not really ready for like onboarding people and to make it like a full process. So I hope that that's clear. And I'm just going to go ahead and share screen because I wanted to show, anytime we talk about something, I want to be able to show it to everybody. So we mentioned, can you see my screen? You see my screen or?
Yep, looks good.
So Griff was talking about, we're working in an iterative process here. So he was mentioning, the first instance of we're building was focused on getting the bonding curve right. So we had this interface for the first iteration that is now closed. And as we were testing, if it reaches a certain threshold and everybody buys in, and it meets it, then we would have been issued tokens. But if we don't reach our goal, then the token refunded. So no, my screen isn't loading. I was going to show. Anyhow, but you can see there's a difference, and you can see the process of what tech, like from the first iteration, we have, just a basic look. And then already we're adding, they're upgrading the design, and now they're testing the conviction voting. So that wasn't loading properly. But anyway, I also wanted to take a moment and just recognize the representative from Prime DAO. We're so happy you're here. And also Teague, I know TGGHH, sorry, I didn't catch your full name, Tegan, I think. And just people coming in, I know it can be overwhelming, and Sherman as well, I end the ebook meeting. So thanks for hanging with us. And I hope we are providing enough context and kind of an overview to welcome you in, because we are so deep in the processes. But from a perspective, and I'll try not to take up too much time because I think Livy has a lot to talk about for onboarding, and also governance has been busy. I just wanted to say, the communications working group, of course, has been focused on building the foundation. So it's a lot of okay, we need to set up a Twitter, and it's maybe not the most, exciting thing right now. It needs to be done. So I just wanted to take a moment as I'm still sharing screen, and if everybody can, take a moment while I'm talking, if you'd like to follow our channels, would be super appreciated. And also so you can keep up with the news. We're just starting to build. And if you have any feedback, so we have it set up. It's super basic right now. We have a few tweets, woohoo. And then the forum is going to be more where the action is happening. Because this is where, if you want to say you're working on a project, and once we have the hatch, you want to submit a proposal for funding. I know Sherman shared an incredible this morning that she's working on called like the Token Kitchen, where she's using like this really cool design framework and kind of almost unified way to help people understand how we can use these different crypto economic patterns and designing tokens. So, it would be awesome, Sherman, when we do launch, if you come in and you could submit a proposal, and we're going to do that in this the forum, and then you attach that and go inside the DAO application and submit the proposal. So the forum is going to hopefully become where we can have like more discussion and debate surrounding things we want to see funded, things that we don't want to see funded, and parameters around how we are going to run this token economy together. So hopefully we'll be starting and sharing some conversations, still kind of being polished, but you may be seeing some forum links and starting some discussions there. And then we've also got the YouTube set up now with these recorded calls. If you can't make a call, if you want to catch up on something, trying to build that out so it's easier for everyone. I know there's so much information to keep up with. And we also hope, right now it's like blah, a bunch of content. We're still polishing things, but we're hoping as well to provide some more like TLDR, like emoji updates where we can show you like 5 emojis and it takes 1 minute of your time to understand where we're at and where we're going, because we know you're very busy and it is a challenge to keep up with all this information. So yeah, if you've got a few moments to go to our Twitter at TEC MNS, all the good ones were taken. We've got TEC Commons, it's kind of like TE Commons, TEC MNS, and then the forum and all that. So we're moving from talking about setting up platforms, which is not that exciting, to the very exciting thing of what is the story that we are trying to tell as a community? What kind of people would we like to join our community? And looking at some of the narratives. And we're all here. And what is so great about this community is we're aligned around harnessing DeFi for public goods, for having ethical engineering surrounding these economies and how we run the commons. So how do we get this message out? What is our message? How do we get it out? How do we want to build connections with other DAOs like Prime DAO and have these DAO to DAO exchanges? And how do we want to frame the TEC? And what are we all really doing here? Why are we here? So we've got this story board going on Miro, which Miro is so cool. I don't know if you have all interacted with it, but we've used this for a few processes and it's fantastic. It's like seeing the real-time collective intelligence at work. So the link I will put again in the TE Commons Discord channel. We're still collecting a little more feedback, and then we're going to take all of this and synthesize it and make a bit of a strategy around how we're going to tell these stories. And also we want to tell your stories. So hopefully as we build towards this, we can share some of the cool projects that everybody is working on. Like I said, Sherman's project, I mean, it's fantastic. I heard this morning there's somebody developing a new course. There's also communities like Ethic Hub, which are doing micro lending, are using TE tools to do micro lending in Mexico for farmers there. So we have to just keep coming back to why are we here? It's like really cool about the tech, but what does it actually mean? It means that all of our basic needs are covered, that we can build and create the things we want in the world without having to worry about those base level things and support each other in all of these projects. So hopefully we can, through the storytelling, remember what is our purpose and our mission, and that we continue to explore that together. So going on the agenda, that was pretty much it. And then, yeah, I'm working very closely with the SoftGov group and are developing, looking at how to reward people, how to give value back, because our community has been so giving and giving so much without asking for much in return. So looking at, once we have the hatch, how can we reward people? So we're looking at processes and developing those, and also working with Livia to develop some DAO to DAO possibilities, which I think Prime DAO is leading the way with Gnosis on some of those things. So I guess this is a good segue to Olivia and SoftGov. And if anybody has any quick questions, otherwise we have our calls every Tuesday. Europe had a time change, so the times are in flux for the next week, but we'll keep you up to date on the channels and welcome you to join communications because there's a lot to communicate. And if you love storytelling, we would definitely love to have your brain and heart working with us on how to talk to people and to invite them to our community.
Okay, thanks, Jess. I guess I'm up. So I'm putting a little bit away the SoftGov updates today because we have something else that was planned in the roadmap that is reviewing the mission, the values, and the vision. So I'll share my screen. So one of the first things that we did in the cultural build, can you see my screen? Yeah? Cool.
Yep.
One of the first things that we did in the cultural build was to jump in this board. So it looks very overwhelming. I know there was a lot of answers from a type form that we passed around to the TE community. So there's a lot of superstars that answer to this, and there's many valuable information in this board, and we keep this as a record. So I just wanted to show as what was part of our process to come up with the vision, the values, the near-term mission, and the long-term mission. So this was co-created by everyone that you saw in that board. But now we have so many new contributors, and most of you that are in this call didn't participate in the process, but you are adding so much value, and you are creating further the cultural build with us. So it's an important part of this process that you all have a say in what is the vision, the values, and the mission too. So I propose we have a 10-minute hack. Maybe we are tight on time, maybe 5 minutes, that everyone can jump in this doc. So this is the onboarding and resources guide. I open for edits, but I think it's nice if we put on suggestion mode or if we add comments to what we want to add or to change to this document. So please all jump in there and let's have a moment to read it through and to add or change, add suggestions, anything you might want to all of this. To all of this.
Can we repost the link or inside of the Discord in case people don't have access, or does everybody have access?
It's in the notes document, but I'll post here too. It's also in the pin message in the Telegram channel, but it's there now too on Discord.
So the idea is just go through, read it, make any comments and suggestions.
Yeah.
Right, Livia?
Yeah, we can give 5 minutes so everyone can hack a little bit on it. I wish I had a song to put or something. Feel free to ask any questions too.
I'd like to ask a question. Who do you expect to be the audience for this document? Is it people
All of
that
the
will be
participants.
implementing and applying? Go ahead.
Yeah, so this is in our onboarding document that we share with people that are joining the community, and it's very important for. Yeah, that's a good question. Thank you. Like, why do we have a mission, values, and vision? Because to keep everyone aligned with what we're doing, we are a decentralized community that it's growing so fast, and to make sure that we are aligned on what we are spending our funds, how we will spend our future funds, how we will manage these funds, how are the relationships we want to create in this community, what are the values that we uphold to have healthy relationships within each other, what is the vision we see for the token engineering commons, how is this going to impact the world, how us being here right now are changing something in our society that we believe is powerful. So how are we interacting with this project, what do we believe, and how can we have these shared values?
You know, because I'm so new to this initiative, I'm going to have a lot of questions, which we're probably going to sound very basic, or everyone else will already know the answer to. But how are this document seems to cover a lot. How are you expecting people to find this document, and what are they looking for? When you say the audience is the community, are we talking about generally people in the token engineering community, or in what might other community members be? What profile?
Yeah. So many people are joining all our initiatives right now that we have these calls happening. We have the working groups, and there are multiple channels on Discord and on Telegram. So we developed an onboarding process that is according to the roles. So we have the community stewards roles that are responsible to onboard every participant individually. So we've been doing that. I hope that successfully. I hope that mostly everyone that is here has received a message from us with all the resources that are needed to engage with the community. So this document is shared when people enter, and we were also having some onboarding calls. So there's a constant effort to integrate everyone that is joining with everything that has been developed so far. And this moment is particularly to do this. So because there's a lot of new people that joined the community, and some of these processes we developed a few weeks or even months ago, I think it's a good time to update everyone on it. So while I jump into the next processes, you can still stay there in the onboarding doc and continue to hack on it. All the trials on all the takes to change the mission, vision, and values will be highly praised. So please do so. And I'll continue to explain a little bit about our decision-making process. So we decided that we are a duocracy, and that means that anytime you see a problem or you identify an opportunity, that you feel like you have the agency to act on it. So everyone in this community should feel empowered to propose a solution to something you're seeing, to something you want to change, to something else you want to propose. And within the duocracy, we have an advice process. And the advice process consists of inviting the people that are affected by what you're proposing or that are experts on the field of what you're proposing. So if I was making a conflict resolution proposal, I would probably invite Juan to be an advisor in my proposal because he's an expert. So this process makes decision-making a little bit more effective and easier to scale. So not everyone is required to pay attention in that proposal, but pointed people are invited to do so. And of course, that proposal is still open for all the community to give inputs and make comments and suggestions on it. So we've been doing that on Discord so far. But now we can start using the forum and the conviction voting and start experimenting with that. So I created this this first proposal for us to use at some type of a guide on how to propose for the that Sam just showed to us. So Jess made this proposal template and I filled up with just a simple how to do for us to play with the comments now. And this template asks, what is the description of the proposal? What is the rationale? Like, how is this proposal gonna affect TEC holders? What is the impact in the community or in the broader ecosystem? What is the expected duration? What is the team information? What is the funding information? So you can find here most of the rationale of how to make a proposal. And it's great to use the forum because all of them will be documented here in the future. And you can make comments and add suggestions in the bottom, which is really easy. Oh, I thought I was sharing my screen until now, but I wasn't. Okay, I'll do it really quick. So this is it here. It's very simple to use the forum. It may look a bit weird at first, but if you have any questions, just contact us, me or Jeff, or Jess, or Griff, all of us. Yeah, so you find all the guidance to make your first proposals here. And there is also Dulce, you were asking about how to set up the XDAI. There is a simple tutorial for it linked here. And we can follow the same advice process using the new tools. So every time we incorporate a tool, there is it's a little bit hard to jump in at first, but we can all communicate. So don't feel shy to ask any questions and we'll get there. And I think, is there anything else to cover on that point? Yeah, I think this is it. So we've been making these decisions on Discord and they are all documented in a sheet that is on the onboarding guide and resources. You can find it there. So you can see all the decisions that were made so far. And I think it's good for understanding our progress to see all of these decisions and to play with them. And yeah, one last thing is that we're planning to do a meetup next week to show all of the progress of the working groups that we've been having so far. So prepare yourselves to show the work. We can open to the broader community. Last time we did that, a lot of really interesting people joined, and it's awesome to have this interaction with people that sometimes are not able to be present in all of these meetings, but that are super interested about what we're doing. So we'll give more information around that, and we'll plan a second iteration of the working groups because we have a lot of deliverables now, and most of them are bringing up what needs what are the deliverables of the deliverables? Like, what are they opening for us all to continue to work in? So it's a good time, if you're not yet in a working group, to jump in. And I'll pass to Juan Carlos for him to show the progress that we made on the conflict management working group manifesto.
Thank you, Livia. I'm gonna share the link to the document in the general, and I think the link is also in the notes of this reunion. But basically, the proposal is to start a working group related to conflict management inside the organization. There's been like this first idea that is very like big and raw, but there are some like working points that are like to work in a group. So if any of you feel like participating, I would really appreciate that, because what we are trying to do is to propose like some kind of system with graduate sanctions and a role inside the organization that has responsibilities, benefits, and requirements associated to conflict management, and to create a system to connect disputes with people accountable for that. So yeah, you can see the conflict management working group manifesto, and you can join there. We still don't have scheduled weekly calls, but I think we should start doing that, and maybe I'll communicate to the people that are puts in themselves in this document. But the idea is to try to make a proposal that makes our social structures more resilient to human frictions. And yeah,
we need people.
There is Continue, Julio.
No, it was just to say that we are not so many people. So if you know other people to join, it's good. Everybody want to be technician, but we need the PR people too here.
Yeah, just to back up how important this work is, this is community insurance, right? Everyone plans for the, we always think, oh yeah, well, everything will be happy and lovey-dovey and da-da-da, but sometimes it's not. And this group is taking on 3 of the 8 principles for commons management presented by Eleanor Ostrom that we need to cover. So I think I'm really glad you guys are breaking up into your own working group. And I'm excited to see how these things develop, and I'm definitely going to be a part of it. I think this is one of the things where the Token Engineering Commons is a thought leader in the space. I don't see any other DAOs really taking on conflict management, conflict resolutions, and graduated sanctions, and these very difficult tasks seriously. This is the only group. So it should be pretty cool to be a part of.
So, like, to explain very basically, the idea is to have like tiers, like the tiers that we have for contributors, but that are related to unwanted behavior and related to graduate sanctions, so that we can have like these kind of laws or that guides on the way of to search for solutions to the problems that arise. And I am not a technical expert, so I lack a lot of help in the process cycle. But I think that we can make it very simple, like you contact a bot or you fill a type form, and then you after you are contacted by one of these people that is in charge of conflict management, and he will then start like gathering information, approaching the other part if necessary, and like trying to use these graduate sanctions, and also to like document and generate insights from the conflict management practices in order to improve the system.
And I just want to add that the goal here is not to be the police. The goal is to be the harmonizers and peacekeepers and the magic workers that Juan Carlos called this group originally Gravity, which is really the goal here, is to make sure that everyone's relationships with each other are bringing everyone closer together. And that's the goal. The goal is not to punish people or da-da-da. These are things that are like tools, but they're not the goals. The goal is to build healthy relationships within our community. And I think with that framing, you can understand why it's so important. Anyway, I hope that. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Juan.
No, that's why I'm trying to make it like very didactic and pedagogic, like with cards, and not like with hard like the sanctions are not they can be hard if the unwanted behavior like deserves so. But the idea is that this makes a pedagogy that when you make an unwanted behavior, then you are acknowledged about that, and you like recognize that you shouldn't repeat that unwanted behavior, because then you will like accumulate these like these sanctions, and yeah, you don't want to be like playing with this kind of conditioning.
Yeah. So, well, we have 60 seconds left. I think we just have to call it. Thank you all for coming to our weekly sync. There are a lot of breakout calls and breakout sessions. Feel free to join any of them. We often are just hanging in the Discord. There's calendars and such, but it's so confusing this week with daylight savings time. Your best bet is just like, if feel welcome to join any of the conversations that come up in the Discord. We always hang out in these Discord channels. And often, if you miss one or you want to catch up, Zeptimus and Sean, YGG, and a few other OBS wizards are trying to record as many of these sessions as possible and putting them on YouTube for us to all stay up to date. So thank you all for coming. Definitely get out there, follow us on Twitter. You can be the first, you know, get on Medium, buy into conviction voting, or sorry, vote with conviction voting. There's so many cool things to play with this week. So good luck, and thank you all for coming.
Thank you.
Overwhelmed or have any questions, please
Bye-bye.
message
Bye.
any of the stewards.
Bye, everyone.
Just reach out.